I have received so many messages from people who have had their hearts broken because of relationship, asking me for advice. I'm no relationship expert, but I have tried my best to tell them what I know and what I have experienced. Here, I just want to tell you about one incident that hit me hard and made me rethink my whole relationship with the person I was going out with. This was back when I was in India, almost 2 years ago. I was on a business trip to Paris for 2 to 3 weeks. During our trip, we had to travel to Luxembourg for work. So, everyone from our team flew together. We had our team dinner and we thought of having a walk around the city before going back to our hotel. I was with 2 of my teammates who are based out of Paris. So this teammate of mine, let's call him P, had an interesting conversation with me. P: So Saranya, it has been a week since you came here. Do you miss your boyfriend? Sarah: not much. P: Really? It's surprising, you haven't seen him in a week, no? S: True. But even when I am in India, we meet only once in a month or so, P, so it's just normal to me. Why? Do you miss your girlfriend? P: Yeah, I do. I miss her every second. S: Oh come on, so cheesy. You saw her only today morning and you'll see her tomorrow evening. P: What's so cheesy about it? If I'm in Paris, when I go home, she's there. I don't go to an empty house, but I go home to her. I go home to a person. But today, after our walking, I'll go to an empty hotel and my bed would be empty too. So yeah, I miss her so much. I have dated many girls before, but I have never felt this way. I was so surprised to hear that. Especially from a guy. It sounded so beautiful. And that made me question a lot about the relationship I was in. We were in the same city and we met once in a month. We spoke to each other on phone once in a week, or sometimes not even that. He never texted me all day long, or not even often. We never had those lovey-dovey conversations. There was a point where I thought that's how some people are. They're not just into these phone conversations. But it took me a lot of time to understand that it's not just about phone conversations. All the effort was only from my side. I went back to India and he broke up with me. He said he wants to pursue his UPSC. I didn't understand initially, but I wished him best and left it at that. Later on, I was only relieved that this didn't go any further, more so because I got to know he cheated on me. But, this conversation with my teammate made me reflect a lot on relationships. My teammate, he was not embarrassed to say he misses his girlfriend, unlike the guy the first dated. That's when I realized that a relationship is a two-way road. Both the people involved should feel the same way about each other. The effort should be from both sides. If it's just one person putting in all the effort, you'll eventually drain out of energy. If it's just one person initiating all the conversations, you'll eventually give up. If it's just one person making time for the relationship, you'll eventually run out of time. There can be ups and downs. There can be bumps and holes. There can be positives and negatives. But, you should fit like a puzzle, and above all, hold on to each other and never give up. And, that's what I learned from my previous relationship. And, about my teammate and his girlfriend, it has been many years since these two started dating. They even traveled the world together for 1 year, but they're still the same. Sometimes, on weekdays, he travels 1 hour on the train back and forth just to have lunch with her. One evening, both of us were caught up at work because of some meeting. We were finally done and I left for the day. When I got down, I saw a girl waiting at the door. I thought she looked familiar and then she smiled at me. Only then I realized it was his girlfriend. She was waiting to surprise him. We talked a bit and I left. I could see the excitement on her face to surprise him. It's just beautiful, what they have. When it's from two sides, it's beautiful. You don't have to make it work. It works like magic, irrespective of how many fights or silly arguments you have. If you're in a relationship, where all the efforts to stay, talk, meet, surprise and love are from your side, do yourself a favor and walk out of it. Trust me on this. You're taking away your chance of being with your lobster.